Some of you painted from the perspective of looking from the side view, looking straight at the orange. And if I take my fancy little light here, you can see that when I shine it there, I have the brightest point of light right there, obviously, because the light is right here. And then what's created is a shadow down here because this part of the orange is blocking the light. Now, what's kind of fun is if you ever want to experiment with this, it's interesting to take a light and to kind of, you could do like, make it do look like it's doing a little disco dance or something like that, depending on, oh, now it's kind of like it's doing a hula hoop. You can make different shadows depending on how you shine the light. Boys and girls, when we see that the light is shining here, this is brighter, this is darker. So today I have a white oil pastel and black. You're going to start by making this part lighter. And it could be that you would even just be doing it right on that corner like that. If you want to get fancy and do this kind of thing, you can, but it's not necessary. So I'm just doing some lighter stuff on this side. And then I'm going to come over here with my black oil pastel, and I'm not going to go super dark. I'm just going to lightly go over here on this side to be able to shade it in. Some of you get really fancy and you get your finger involved and you do this little shmira. You are more than welcome to do that too. Just don't get excited and come over to the white with your blacky, oil finger and come over here and do that side. So that's what you're going to be doing to all of your fruit that you can, especially for when you have a bird's eye view. The other thing that you will do when you're finished with all of your fruit is that you also are going to be putting a shadow on this side of your plate as well. Boys and girls, the room is a color wheel. If you look here, starting here, now the tables are not labeled because I'm hoping you guys are that smart. This is the yellow-orange table. Oh, green and yellow, the blue-green, the blue-violet, the violet-red, the red-orange, and oh, back to the original yellow-orange table. Now, you might be like, oh, I really want to go to the blue-violet. Oh, wonk, wonk, my paper's here. Please don't panic. When the lights turn on and it's time to sit down, the first thing you're going to be doing are your lights and shadows. You're going to look around, find your paper. Oh, my name is Kalyan. This is my paper. Oh, but I didn't want these colors. Please stop. Kalyan's going to sit down. He's going to take out the oil pastels that are sitting here, and he is going to do his light and dark. When he's finished, we'll have a little cup on the table. He's going to put it there, and now he can travel where he wants to. So don't panic if you're at a table where you didn't want the color. Now, Kalyan is going to have to choose one table grouping for the plate and one table grouping for the background, which is your table. So let's say that Kalyan decides that he wants to use the blue-green table. Kalyan is going to come over here, he's going to sit down, and he's going to notice a couple of things. He's going to see that at the blue-green table, we literally have blue, we have green, and we have blue-green. Now the brushes are labeled so that you will always return the brush back to the tray that it came from. Now, can Kalyan only use blue or green or blue-green? No, he can do a combination. The only thing is that he's got to always return the brush back to where it is. So if you come in closer, you'll see right here, I'm going to start off with a little blue. I just dip it right in here. I'm going to come along my edge here, and I'm making sure to not touch my fruit, and I'm going to go around. Now, if I decide that after a little while, I'm like, oh, I'd kind of like to try some of the other colors, I'm going to put this, back onto the blue tray, and maybe I'll try some blue-green. So I'll pick up a blue-green brush, put it into the blue-green watercolor here, and I can come here and I can continue to paint along here. And you'll notice it's not a radical difference. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to return it back here, and then I can pick up even some green and come in here. And what I'm going to end up with are analogous colors, just like Paul Cezanne liked to do. Colors that are near each other on the color wheel for my background. It's not just, or for my plate, it's not just one color. It's this blue and green and blue-green, which gives it movement and interest. Now, I'm going to return this over here. My paint is a little bit wet still. I don't want to lift it up and it's going to go and like spin all drool down there. So if you want for us to help you move your paper, you can. Otherwise, you're going to carry it like a pizza box, just like this. And you're going to stand up and you're going to decide, where do I want to go for my background? Well, I don't know what I'm feeling. Let's do, we'll do this one, red-orange. So I sit down over here, same thing. So as I finish up here, you're probably anxious to get going. The first thing you're going to be doing is getting a smock so that we don't get this paint on you. The next will be that you will be looking at your artwork and thinking about where do you want the light shining from. You'll add the white oil pastel to show the light and the black oil pastel to show the shadows. You'll add that shadow around the one side of your plate, and then you'll travel to your first analogous table to do your plate, and then your second to do the background. Have fun!